We begin tonight with a story from Havana. Back in the mid-1800s, tens of thousands of Chinese were shipped to Cuba to work on tobacco, coffee, and sugar plantations. At its peak, 150,000 Chinese immigrants were living on the small Caribbean island. It was one of the largest Chinese populations in the Americas. Today, there are less than 300 ethnic Chinese left in Cuba. But as correspondent Michael Voss reports, those remaining are reveling in the rediscovery of their Chinese roots.
A group of dragon dancers perform on the quayside in the old port of Regla on the far side of Havana Bay. They're awaiting the arrival of this small white boat. Aboard are some of the few remaining ethnic Chinese who were born in Cuba. It's a symbolic reenactment marking the 165th anniversary of the arrival of the first Chinese immigrants to this Caribbean island. It marked the start of a long history of Chinese migrants. Many of their ancestors still live in the Barrio Chino, in what is today a rundown part of central Havana. At one point, this was the largest Chinese community in the Americas, outside of San Francisco, California. In June 1847, the first ship carrying contract workers from China landed here. Historian Teresa Maria Lee is director of a Chinese cultural center in Havana.
Justamente ya se estaba librando una batalla por eliminar la trata negrera y justamente la opción era traer colonos chinos que llegaron de forma masiva a nuestro país a partir de esta fecha a trabajar fundamentalmente en labores agrícolas. En aquella época las labores fundamentales eran el cultivo de caña, el tabaco y el café.
Regla is the same port the Spanish used to bring in slaves from Africa. Some of their descendants were also on the quayside, participating in the anniversary festivities with dances that have strong Afro roots. The Chinese were treated almost as badly as the slaves. Sold to plantation owners as indentured servants, they had to work for 8 years before being set free.
La mayoría fueron hombres, pudiéramos decir que el 99% de esta migración fue de hombres. Bueno, podrá imaginarse usted, todos estos hombres solteros se unieron fundamentalmente a negras, porque eran sus similares en cuanto a estatus social. De ahí es que viene la famosa y hermosa mulata china, cubana, de la unión justamente de la negra con el chino.
Those connections resulted in a population today of hundreds of thousands of Cubans who can claim an Afro-Chinese ancestry. And one of the most famous just may be the late surrealist painter Wilfredo Lam. Born in 1902, his mother was the daughter of an African slave, his father a Chinese immigrant. One of his works sold for $4.5 million at Sotheby's in New York. Then there's General Gustavo Chui. Angered at the discrimination against blacks and Chinese before the revolution, he joined Fidel Castro as a guerrilla fighter in the Sierra Maestra Mountains. Later he went on to command Cuban troops fighting in Angola.
Esos chinos naturales, más los que murieron y los que se fueron, dejaron una estela de chinos, es decir, descendientes, una gran cantidad de descendientes. Nosotros somos descendientes de chinos. Y en la guerra hubo 3 generales, pero hubo muchos coroneles, muchos tenientes coroneles, mayores, capitanes, mujeres chinas que combatieron en la sierra también.
Armando Choi also fought in the revolution and in Africa, one of 3 Cuban Chinese who rose to the rank of general.
Realmente la comunidad china, por la participación de los chinos en nuestra guerra de independencia, es muy grande. El pueblo cubano está compuesto de españoles, africanos y chinos. Y realmente, por desgracia, los chinos originarios están muriendo, que eran pocos ya.